Hey everybody, how's it going? I hope that you're having an amazing day, and I'm actually having a pretty good day, despite the fact that I'm pretty sick right now. A new Dungeoneering update came out today, and you can now bind 10 items, no matter what. And then, depending on your level, you'll be able to take so many of those items into a dungeon with you. If you are 1 Dungeoneering, you can have 1 item. If you're 20, you can have 2. 50, you can have 3. 90 you can have 4, and 120 you can have all 5. So I think that's actually pretty fair, and it is pretty reasonable, and I really like that. I think it's going to help a lot with Dungeoneering. And like, for instance, you don't have to go around and make bows for a boss that you have to range. You can just go to the smuggler and pick up your bow that you have bound. So it's pretty nice, because then you can also have a Shadow Silk Hood if you want that for while you're on the abandoned floors. But then when you get to the occult floors, you may want to just have a primal plate body and whatever 2H you have if you're high enough Dungeoneering, primal 2H if not Prometheum. But I think it's a really awesome thing that they did there with the Dungeoneering update, and then also everything that we knew about the extra XP, double if you're a solo player, and just a lot more rewarding in that sense. And then down here we also have an update to the gravestones that we were told about, I believe last week or the week before. And so now there's a take all option, and it's like a little inventory type of thing when you click on your gravestone. And then another thing that I had no clue was coming out, but I'm really kind of psyched for, the Crucible has been changed a little bit. They fixed the pairing mechanic, and then they also familiars have been disallowed, which means no more people rushing you with their steel titans all the time. And then also, I don't know how to pronounce that, but the mushrooms from the Polypore dungeon that basically like block claw specs, those have been allowed in the area. So it's really taking away a lot of that rushing that everyone hated and just made the Crucible dead content. And I think this is awesome. I had no clue it was coming, but you know, I might actually get a little bit of armor and gear together and go PKing. I'm not a very big PKer, but I was pretty psyched for the Crucible, and then it just turned out to be a major flop, and I was really disappointed in it. So I'm going to head over to the live game and just rush through a dungeon really quickly, because I have a daily challenge to do. I think I still have it. If not, I only have 1 day left. I've been going pretty hardcore, trying to get my 98 prayer and 99 defense to finish off 138 combat. And when I log in a second, I can show you guys. I am now 98 defense. I'll flash up my screen of 97 prayer that I got this morning. And yeah, it's pretty awesome. 685k away from 98 prayer, which is all I need, and I do believe that I'm going to stop there and go Dungeoneering, because I really do enjoy Dungeoneering now, and it's a lot of fun with friends. I don't have any on right now. As I said, I'm sick today, got a nasty stomach bug, so I'm home from school, but you know, it's not affecting my voice. It's not like I have something wrong with my throat, so I can just talk all I want. No one's home, I can be as loud as I need to, and there really is nothing like making a video when no one is home. So I'm going to pause the video, put my pin in, and then I'll unpause it when I get to dungeon. One more thing, I have 2.8k bones left, which is, I believe if I do the math right, about 700k XP, and I'm only 685k, so I'll have a little bit remaining. I didn't do Frost Dragon Bones because there's a lot of other things that I wanted to spend my money on. I have roughly 10 mil, some of that's in some other places right now. But then, where is it? Bought full armor. I still have 5k chins. I think that I might spend that 10 mil that I have on some more chins. But then again, I'm not sure, because there were a couple of people, I don't know the specifics or how they actually did it, but they got over 1 mil experience in 1 hour chinning in Evolution of Combat. So that's really a lot of experience. I don't know if that was patched or not. So I don't think I'm going to be trying to get 99 range before the EOC comes out. But I'm going to be pretty busy anyway. This weekend I will be away. I won't be able to play. So I'm going to try and record my last road to 138 and get that out. either Friday night or Saturday or Sunday. I'll have it scheduled for one of those. I'm gonna promise you it's gonna be Friday night or Saturday. I'm trying to get 138 combat at the same time as my one friend, and so we're gonna do that together, and I'll record that for my final episode of Road to 138. And I'm pretty psyched this series is kind of coming to an end now, because I mean, the evolution of combat's almost here, which sucks kind of, but then again, at the same time, this game's been, like, it hasn't really changed too much in a really long time, so I'm not really a giant fan of evolution of combat, but I'm definitely not quitting, and I'm kind of anxious to see just how things turn out. Not necessarily anxious to just that I'm excited for the update, but I'm anxious to see how things go. Quick update on my tokens. I'm at 115k tokens, and so now I'm gonna go start a random dungeon floor, and yeah, I'm 88 dungeoneering right now, so 784k XP, and I can get 4 binds per dungeon because of this update. And so yeah, this is pretty awesome, and I'll be right back when I get the hang of anything that's changed. Okay, so they added a right-click option on the smuggler bind setup, and at first it's really kind of weird. I didn't have anything in my loadouts, and all I had was these bound items, so you'd think maybe you just left-click on them to grab them into your inventory, but actually when you left-click, it just comes up with an examine option, and you're like, okay, so what do? Can I drag them over there? And you can't drag them over, it stops at the edge of this box. So then you kind of think, hey, maybe I should make a loadout. So you take them down to the loadout, you hit done, you still don't have them, and it turns out that even if you have your loadout checked, you still have to hit the arrow to get the actual items up and running for you. So this is pretty interesting. It looks like the ammo doesn't count, or maybe it does, I'm not sure. It was kind of weird. Normally I have my Shadow Silk Hood, my Promethium 2H, and my Surge Box all bound. My Surge Box is my ammo. But when I started this dungeon, all I had was my Surge Box, so I was kind of confused with that. And see, now let's check. I'm kind of thinking that maybe this is, yeah, this is completely bound, and this says it's bound, but there's a rebind option. And I don't know. Updating its bound charges to those currently within it. Oh, well, that's just me being stupid and forgetting. That's on there for if you get more charges and put them in there. So anyway, it looks like you can still keep your ammo for, if you're in a dungeon. It used to be that you could have 2 bound items and then ammo bound too, whether it's runes or some other thing. And so that's actually pretty neat, because I was thinking that one of your binds was going to be taken up by ammo. So that's actually pretty nice, and I'm really liking this so far. I'm just gonna try and rush through this dungeon. Okay, that was one of the worst dungeons I've ever done. Like small by myself. But let's see what happens. I had 1 death, and still 12k XP is pretty nice. That is a good bit more than what you used to get for doing a small. But yeah, anyway, it took me 13 minutes. First of all, I had to go AFK for like 2 minutes, and then in the beginning I was looking over the bind options, but yeah, that was horrible. I got to the boss, and then like I didn't really bother to pick up food through most of the dungeon, and I got to the boss, and I was about to kill it, and we both hit each other. I hit it for like a 200 or something, and it died, and like 3 seconds later I get hit by magic for a 42 and get KO'd. So anyway, overall, new bind system is pretty amazing, because then you can bind a staff if you want to mage, maybe some mage gear into one of them, then maybe some range gear with a bow into another, and then your regular melee gear, or something to switch up, maybe 2 melee gears where you have like Shadow Silk Hood and your primal plate body, Promethium plate body, whatever you want to use, 2-handers, whatever. But overall, it's a really good update, and it's actually going to help out Dungeoneering a lot after the evolution of combat, because That was one thing I was really worried about, was Dungeoneering. I never really got into it, and then about a week or two ago I really started to love it, and then they announced Evolution of Combat, and I wasn't really sure what was going to happen, because in the beta it was really hard to dunge, and you had to spend a really long time getting the proper equipment, and then also just Guardian doors took forever. You'd have to build up your adrenaline and do a bunch of other stuff, and it slowed down everything way too much, and it wasn't very effective. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope this video did inform you a little bit about the new updates today, if you didn't have a chance to check them out yourself. And yeah, please drop this video a like if you did enjoy it, and if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe. I'll be bringing a lot of better content out very soon, and so stay tuned for that. I should have a PVM series starting up a little bit after the Evolution of Combat comes out. Originally it wasn't planned to be around the Evolution of Combat, it's just that's when it's going to fit in, and so it might be interesting to see how things go with the Evolution of Combat and PVM itself. And then after that, sometime in December, I'll be starting a series with one of my friends, and that will be a interesting series, I think, and might be very enjoyable for you all, and I think it'll be kind of unique. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a nice day, and don't forget to drop a comment in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching, and goodbye.